Patrick Scully. I'm CTO of PixelFlow, and what I want to walk you guys through today is a video production in the cloud system. Now, a lot of times when people ask me about what is video production in the cloud, it's a very confusing thing, right? Because are we talking about editing? Are we talking about ingest? Are we talking about pre-production? Are we talking about distribution? What exactly is it about the production process that we're talking about? So I want to show you guys some diagrams. They'll be my only boring diagrams of the night, but I want to give you just a little bit of context before we jump into this, because I don't want us to be halfway into the presentation and then you go, oh wow. I want you to kind of have an idea of where we're headed with this thing before we get started. So what I was saying originally was it's really cool to be here with the LA Final Cut Pro user group. We're based in the Bay Area. PixelFlow's based in San Mateo, and we are avid, we're not avid users, but we're enthusiastic Final Cut Pro user group users, right? And most of the ideas for our product, I have to confess, came from user groups, just a user group just like this one, mostly out of the San Francisco Final Cut Pro user group. And we started proposing different ideas. What kind of production, pre-production, production management tools would you guys really like to see, or how could we add value and improve your workflow? Not only from a point of view of being able to have faster process with collaboration with your customers, being able to pull in media assets from the field, but also I want to talk a little bit about delivering payment, because that's part of this as well. Do we have PowerPoint at this point?
Yeah, do I just double click your...
Yeah, double click on that one for me.
You know, there is this thing called Keynote.
Yeah, thank you. So, don't want any Bill Gates moments up here.
Is there a Zoom or a way to
It'll be butterfly enter, I believe.
Butterfly enter?
Yeah.
Look at that.
All right. So this is the perplexing slogan. Yeah. Certainly. So this is the perplexing slogan that PixelFlow puts forth, and it works really well for us because it makes people scratch their head. It makes people ask questions. What do you mean by video production in the cloud? So I want to go to this next slide and kind of talk about that just for a minute, about how we view a very simplified view of what at PixelFlow we think about when we think about production in the cloud. We think of ingest, and whether ingest has to do with actually getting your footage in, being able to process that footage from your cameras, doing the logging, transcribing, being able to tag that footage. Then we think about the production process, the part in the middle, right? And then on the outside, the distribution. The distribution is, where's your video going, this wonderful production you just created? What are we going to do with it next? So where we're focused today is in this stuff in the middle, the production process. And specifically about the production process, I want to talk just a little bit about pre-production and post-production. Our product fits in, the product we're talking about today fits in right in this stuff in the middle. And it's called PixelFlow Homepages. Again, this is cloud-based. It's a hosted service. It runs on our servers, and we'll get to that in a little bit. So in this stuff, this production stuff, because I know each one of you is unique, everybody has a very specific production, pre-production, collaboration, specific customers, specific types of productions that you're doing and creating and delivering. But in this process, we've picked out of a couple of areas that we, by talking to other users, entrepreneurs, enterprises, studios, and post houses, specific areas in the production process that we felt like we could add some immediate value, help you guys get your product to market faster, communicate with customers better, manage the production process between a production manager and editors, and also hopefully hopefully keep the customer as happy as possible in the process. What I want to talk about today is share, collaborate, and edit on the pre-production side. And when I'm talking about editing in the cloud for today, what I'm talking about is pre-editing. So I'm a huge fan of Philip Hodgett's. I saw Greg at the door when I came in, and one of our favorite products is Predit. I don't know if anybody uses it, but it's a really cool tool for doing pre-editing. So we're not talking about the actual final cut editing. We're talking about that portion of editing that we're getting a rough cut. We're taking our ingested footage or our scenes, and we're trying to get those, get a basic idea of where we're headed with the final movie or commercial or production. On the post-production side, I want to talk a little bit about previewing. In other words, that's a pretty valuable thing, right? Being able to securely deliver footage or scenes or final commercial to your customers without having them take them and run. Also without having to do the transcoding yourself or watermarking or whatever else it's required to get those previews in front of your customer. Collaboration, and I'm talking about real-time collaboration. So two different types of collaboration I want to talk about today: offline collaboration and then real-time collaboration. And then also the approval process. So how do you get that final sign-off on the customer, and what happens after that? How do you get the payment? How do you do the final delivery? So with that, I'm going to jump right in.
Do you want to jump on?
Actually, can you just hit the next one for me? Just hit spacebar. So let's talk about share for a minute. So sharing, I want to talk about pulling in media assets from your customer, being able to get those media assets in so that they're in a nice shared location. You have proof that the customer's uploaded them. You have those in a secure location so that your editors can access them. And then also have those items in a place where they can be accessed, recorded, and logged. And I think I'll just sit down now because that'll help me kind of flip through. So I really want to show you guys the product as well. Not just the PowerPoint. All right, so terrific. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, oops, looks like I lost some programs that were open here. This is good. So I'm gonna jump in here. Not the Beatles. Not today. Not a bad announcement though. So, all right. Our internet connection isn't lightning fast here, but that kind of gives us also a chance to check out what we're doing, in terms of a slow internet connection, how the site performs. We're very conscious about customer experience at PixelFlow. We try to, anytime we're rolling out a feature, the main idea is simplicity. And simplicity from the point of view of a customer, because we know that if we're delivering a cloud-based solution and your customer is going to be interfacing with it, it's got to be simple and easy to use, otherwise it's just going to be another website. This is the dashboard for our basic project homepage. I'm just going to, for our project homepages dashboard, and I'm just going to zoom in here and show you guys what we've got. You've got a list of projects. This is a list of projects that you're currently working on. The idea behind project homepages, back to the shared concept, is that it's a shared workspace for you, your customers, and editors to all interface with online, be able to share ideas, and go through the production process. Once you, to create a project, you simply click the Create Project button here. I've got a project in here called Apple FaceTime Ad, so I'm going to go ahead. Oh, it's kind of still hard to see, isn't it? So I'm going to go ahead and click that Apple FaceTime ad so we can take a look at what a project homepage actually looks like. So what you see here is a very simple interface. You've got a project title. You have a description of the project. You have a list of participants. These are participants you've invited. And you also have a list of uploaded videos. As an editor or a production manager, I can click the Upload Video button and it will open the Upload Video interface. what this says is you can queue up as many video files as you like. We don't care what the aspect ratio is, codec is, anything up to 1080p, whether it's DNX, HD, ProRes, whatever. We're going to take that. We're going to apply either our default watermark or any watermark that you'd like to apply. Then we're going to generate H.264 streaming previews that are optimized for specific devices. So that goes back to the ability to share videos. Then what you also see is the ability to upload files. So if you're trying to pull in files from the customer, they can click the Upload Files button and easily upload files from there. And I'm gonna jump back over here so I can get back to my talking points for a second. So let's talk about Collaborate for a minute. So what happens when you upload a video? When a video is uploaded, each one of the participants, including the customer, gets an email letting them know that a new video is ready for their review. The customer can then access that video from their iPhone, iPad, desktop device, Android, Linux box, even a PC. And, sorry, that was funny.
It's okay.
And once that file's uploaded, based on the type of device they're connecting from, they're going to get a preview that's appropriate for their mobile device, optimized for that device. Let's take a look at the preview interface. So I'm going to click on one of these video files, and it's going to load up the online preview page. So what we're going to see is that the customer can do a couple of very simple operations. Number one, for those directors or customers that want a nice big button, they've got a nice big slider to go through the video. They can hit play, go through the playback, click Add Marker, and add any type of timeline-sensitive marker to the video. Once that marker is added, you'll get a notification that the customer's been in to review the video and that a record of what video it was with the timeline-sensitive information in it. What you can also do is a production manager, if you're running a multi-user account where you guys have production managers plus editors, you can, as a production manager, select one of the items on the timeline, click Assign Tasks, or Assign Marker as Task, and I hope this is big enough for everybody. But nice big buttons, you can select who you want to assign that task to, assign it to the video editor, type in a task name, and hit save. And now you have a list of tasks that you're tracking against that video as well as their status. Very simple tools. Any type of information that comes back from the customer, you also have a track record. You can click View Full Discussion and see a full track record of any type of information that either your editors or your customers, the full discussion log based on that video.